Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight, we're playing Millennium Knights, Chrono Mask, and I just realized. Hold on, I gotta fix the title. I put Turbo Jungle, not Chrono Mask. We're only 3 episodes in. It's a bad habit, apparently. Hard to break. That'll fix that. All right. Before we get started tonight, we do have merch. You can find it by clicking the link that is in chat. There's also a link via Twitter, and we are also sponsored by Grinding Coffee Company. They are Black and LGBTQ plus owned company, dedicated to doing lots of good stuff in the gaming community. You can get 10% off by using the code Nerds with Dice or the link that is in the chat. And 1, 2. Well, first I want to start with having everybody introduce themselves. So say hi. We will start with our guest, Morgan.
Hi, my name is Maxine Bachman, and today I'll be playing Morgan. And basically, you can find me anywhere and everywhere at That Girl at That Place, and that's me.
And we'll go down to Princess Requiem.
All right, yeah, I will be playing Princess Requiem, the Gold Ranger. I am shifting from Bear to Iris, kind of online. So I sometimes mess up my self-introductions. And you can find me at the moment on Twitter at Reguline Bear, which is where I do some voice acting and the occasional bit of streaming.
And oh no, Isla, you're muted.
You're muted.
Hey, I'm Crimson Galaxy, at SinGirl on Twitter, Crimson Galaxy RPG on Twitch. I'm gonna be playing the Silver Ranger, Isla Echo, today.
And Liz.
Hey, I am Lauren. I'm playing Liz. You can find everywhere. Oh, Liz is the Yellow Ranger. You can find everywhere I'm at on my website, lwsalinas.com. Including voice acting and writing and audiobooks. And you can find me on Twitter at Sithwitch.
All right, a quick little recap. A couple of weeks ago, they ran into, and wow, I really ignore the overlay. It says Turbo Jungle. That is wrong.
Is it still doing?
No, I changed the title, but on the overlay in the corner it says Turbo Jungle because I deleted part of it, but not the right part. It's fine. I just had a really long day and mistakes happen. But recap. Last week they met up with the Turbo Jungle Rangers, Riley and Cassie, and shenanigans ensued, and unfortunately Isla wasn't there with them, but they managed to beat Finn and Gordian. Power Hour took Finn and ran off. There were time clones of Finn. And they learned, importantly, that after the professor, who is the mentor of the Turbo Jungle Knights, her lab was trashed, and they learned a bunch of information from that, including that they think that the other knight helping Finn in secret may be somebody named Mara, But before we get to that, Isla, you're training with Buford. I think,
Yeah. Sorry, I was muted still.
Uh,
Yeah. Uh, essentially, Buford is in Isla's ear about how they can't be everywhere at once and they can't save everyone. And so that actually pushes Isla to train harder because they want to be there. Like, they want to be able to be everywhere at once. That's impossible, but it's what they, yeah.
Buford is also not happy with the fact that you weren't there for your team
Hmm.
when they met with Finn and Cybrax's minions last time.
Yeah,
So Buford's pushing you harder than usual.
for sure.
As sort of a punishment for that. What does Buford look like, by the way? I think Buford's the one we haven't seen much of the.
Yeah, I think last time we said it was like a polar bear with a Maltese's head, but somewhat plastic looking.
Hey, what is a Maltese?
It is a little white dog.
He's like, boop. Well, depending on
Oh, okay.
how big
Imagine the head of a Maltese, but as big as a bear's head.
Oh, jeez.
the baby.
But yeah, essentially just getting pushed really hard and feeling like they deserve it. They wholeheartedly feel like they should have been there last time and that they let the team down by not being there for sure.
Yeah, and Buford has you doing the same thing over and over again. Every time you finish like the sequence of exercises or whatever it is,
Yeah,
and he
it
just
is
says
a
again.
it's a front flip into a superhero landing.
Sure, but every time, just again, again, again.
Mhm.
While Isla is being in training, where are Liz and Princess Requiem? What are you doing today? Are you planning a mission to go after this Mara?
Could you give me a quick recap? Because I think I mostly remember the middle of the last session and like the climax of it. I don't remember the bit right before the end all that well. Like the twist at the end of the fight.
Yeah. So after you beat Gordian, the professor informed everyone that her lab had been ransacked, and when you got there, you learned that like some 30 years ago or something, the professor had also been giving a piece of the source, one of the crystalline objects that you now have collected two of, and it was hidden in the professor's lab. Somebody broken in and taken it. And while reviewing the security footage, the professor revealed that she thought it looked a lot like somebody who used to be on her team named Mara.
Okay, is that
the picture
Mara
wasn't
used to be
clear
on our team or on the
on the professor's team. The professor was the Turbo Jungle's mentor, but before that, she was a knight herself.
Hmm.
And according to the professor, Mara disappeared 30 years ago.
Okay. Then.
But you do know the last time she was seen in the timeline.
Which is in the future.
No, which is the last time you're certain Mara was seen is in the past. In we'll say 1992.
Okay, right. Then do you think they'll? Yeah, I'm feeling if they're going to do research about this, are they at some kind of public library? Because that's the place where you go in a show if you're doing research.
Could be.
Or what do you feel about that, Liz?
Yeah, we got a lead. So, is there any way that we could just like go back to that exact time, or do we have to wait for an anomaly to pop up?
That's a good question, actually. Can we time travel proactively?
Yes.
Hmm.
That's why I was wondering, because this time you have the chance to make an actual plan, like,
Yeah.
so potentially research, but you don't have to. We don't have to have we can have a montage where you go through some stuff or whatever, but you can just kind of make a plan, and as you make that plan, I will give you information to help inform that plan. But
Okay, so we have a time, and we know a little bit about Mara.
yes.
I mean, I say we just go back there and see what's up.
Yeah, that honestly doesn't sound like, what's the worst that could happen?
So do we want to go now, or?
Well, that's a bit of a relative phrase, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I mean, it's not like if we stay here and do some more study, I mean, we could just go back to that time anyway. I mean,
Yes, it
unless
will also,
something goes wrong with the time stream, in which case we'll have to go back there anyway.
Yes, why don't we go back and, worst case scenario, we'll have changed your writing a little.
Okay, so I don't know. Let's Google her.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it sounds filthy, doesn't it? No,
Mildly, yes.
yeah. We look up on the computer, and if there's any records of her, it'll probably be there.
And at what point do we start Googling her?
I don't know. I was gonna see about just look up her name, maybe check Facebook.
Is that a common technique? Should I be training it? Can it be performed with a rapier? I am assuming it can.
I mean, you could hit
the same weapon.
You could tap the keys with the point of the rapier if you really want, but fingers are also good.
Why don't you demonstrate?
Okay. I'm assuming that the movie theater that we're at has a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those ones where it's not supposed to connect to the internet, but everyone knows it connects to the internet.
Right.
Okay.
So here's the Googling will lead you to some articles, some old news articles, about a girl going missing.
I'm I'm wondering if there's anything in those articles about the circumstances or the exact date.
Yeah, the exact date is there. The circumstances are, I believe she was working on a project after school when she went missing. Like some kind of after school project. She was presumably alone. Like nobody's like come, according to the newspaper, nobody came forward, nobody said anything. They don't know, like they have a couple statements from a few like fellow students that seen her at the end of the like school day, but nobody that's seen her after that.
I'm going to point at one of the articles, point at the date, and say, okay, so all we got to do is show up before this time.
Right. Simple enough. Should we pick the team, or I suppose it?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know why she went missing. Maybe it was weird time parasites. Who knows? So yeah, let's take all of us.
All right.
Well, you go off to gather Isla. Morgan, you are in what amounts to secret base for this time. You were just working on something when someone came up behind you and attacked you. When you rolled over, Mara was standing across the room from you.
Heck. And I'm just kind of gonna pick up. I don't know what I have around me. I just pick up a pencil and I'm just gonna hold the pencil and be like, "Are you going to finish something, or can I finish this? Because I have other things that I need to work on right now, and this was not on the schedule." And I just look at her and wait for her response.
She, let's see, I didn't know anyone was supposed to be down here today. Everybody else is gone. Who are you?
My name is Morgan, and the agency sent me, and I'm working on a project, as you can see. And I'm going to sit down and start writing again, just kind of peeking over my shoulder at her every now and then. So.
She walks into what amounts to an office and closes the door. And you can hear the muffled sounds of her talking to trying to contact someone through the other side of the door.
Okay. Sorry, one more time. What was that? Sorry, someone came in.
So she walks into another room and closes it like into an office and closes the door.
Okay.
And you can hear like her voice on the other side as she's trying to contact somebody. Like she clearly thinks something's wrong. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of walk up to the door, roll my eyes a little bit. Is there a lock in the inside or outside of the door?
No, the door's unlocked.
Okay. No, like, is there, like, if I were to walk in, would it be on the inside or the outside?
It'd be on the inside.
Okay. Just, I'm gonna put my ear up to the door and kind of listen to what she's doing.
She, with your ear up against the door, you hear it saying, "Michael, come in, Michael." And then Static enters her, and she says it again. And then I really wish I knew the first name that I gave to the professor in Turbo Jungle, and I do not remember it. But she basically just
That guy.
yeah,
That guy.
and again, Static. She can't get a hold of any of them.
Just like the scientific equivalent of Ellen Smithy.
I'm going to go back over to the table and put my notes away and put them in my bag. And go over to the door and knock on it. Just knock, knock, knock.
She opens the door slowly. Looks at, like, it's very much trying to make a point out of, like, looking in your eyes, and goes, "I don't think you should be here."
Well, you have thoroughly interrupted my research and the project that I was working on, so I was going to head out. I thought I would say goodbye since you seem to be on edge. Figured you'd be all, whoo, if I just was here and then wasn't. So I thought I would do the courtesy of saying goodbye.
So I think what happens next is she seems to see something, like, over your shoulder, and she panics
Okay.
and says something about, are you with him? No. Reaching
just, like,
over.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and I slam the door and lock her in.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Just slam the door, lock her in, put a chair up against it or whatnot.
Okay. Back in with Princess Requiem and Liz and Isla. When we come back to you, Hope is explaining to you you may want to split up. Well, it's usually pretty ill-advised. It seems that at this time, according to my records, a monster also had appeared in the town square near the time of Mara's disappearance, and the other most likely place she would be is in the base that her Millennium Knights team used. It seems, according to Myra, according to my records, that may be a good place to look for her.
Right. So, do I go after the monster, or do you two go after the monster?
I can go after the monster.
I think the monster should be a two-person job, and I think one of us should split off to go try to help Mara.
I would feel highly uncomfortable leaving one of you to with either the monster or a mystery situation.
Well, you don't have to worry. We can handle whatever we're in charge of.
Exactly. You two can handle whatever you two are in charge of. I have moderate faith in that at this point.
We're gonna have to talk after this.
I do still need to work on my subtlety. Well,
All right, so I want to be at the monster.
I would like to help.
All right.
Okay.
If you get into trouble, princess, make sure that you reach out through the communicators because we can be there.
I acknowledge that this is an eventuality that could hypothetically occur, and you have my word that I shall.
Good enough for now.
Okay. So, initiate the time travel sequence.
It's time to slip into the time stream.
Let's do the time warp again.
I jump on my chrono cycle and pop open the wormhole and start driving through.
Yeah, I'll so sort of do that thing where you whistle and do fingers, which I, the player, cannot physically do, and
It's hard.
Call in my my griffin mount and go, Tempest, away, and she'll be off on fiery wings through the stream of time.
I hop on my motorcycle and very clumsily follow along.
Okay. And we get a really cool split screen that we put in the budget just for this episode where we see them all come out of the timeline, out of the wormhole at the same time, in their different locations. Isla and Liz, when you get there are 20 people standing in the square. They are in a trance. There is a big monster. He looks like a bug. He's holding what looks to be like a record player. And his name is Hypnotic. He's got all these people in a trance.
How dare he use music against people? Shame.
I completely agree.
Shame.
Princess Requiem, you come out of the wormhole at the entrance to the secret base, just as Morgan is walking out of the entrance.
Can I yeah. Does Morgan look like she belongs?
Yeah, she looks like she belongs.
You know what? I have a Are you as a player okay with me going socially aggro here?
Oh no, did they freeze?
It looks
Oh no.
like they might have.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
They froze looking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's a feat right there. To have your camera freeze and you still look good. There you go. Yay, you're back.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You were
look good with my
frozen for
camera
that
frozen.
entire time.
Yeah, your camera froze, but it froze in a very nice spot. You looked very nice.
And it froze up again by the
Oh,
looks
no.
of it. Which is another really great photo. Like,
Again.
yeah.
Internet hiccup. I should be back now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like
I
it's
reconnected.
working.
Yes, good from all
Okay.
angles.
At what point did I cut off?
Like right at the beginning.
Yeah, you were asking Morgan a question, I believe. Or you were asking Maxine a question, I believe.
Yeah, I was about to go full social aggro. You know what? I'm not. I've reconsidered. I would
Am I
like.
there with everybody?
Sorry.
Am I?
Oh, no. Princess Requiem separated from the team and is at the entrance to the secret base just as you're leaving.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I
Right.
have not yet described my character's outfit for this session. So I would like to start by asking either you, Morgan, or you, the player, Maxine, my light turn. What prevents me from belonging?
What prevents you from belonging? Like, what prevents you from entering?
I think how I'd like to phrase this is like, in what way does Princess Requiem in this case like stand out as just like, you know, she's a time traveler. What did she do wrong for 1992?
Let's see. Like, how did you get here?
Like,
could be
yeah,
that
sorry,
she
I'm trying to
like
understand
arrived here in the wrong fashion.
so
could be.
Princess Requiem is came from a place that is your timeline and from also from a future before that.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
sometimes Princess Requiem stands out. Like she doesn't something is, makes them stand
Yeah,
out.
like somebody wearing a Fitbit in 1920.
Oh,
like that.
gotcha. So, like,
Yeah,
some
for
way
example.
that I would know you're not from this time.
Could be. Could also just be like she makes a mistake when entering here. Like she
Gotcha.
like gets there too close. She's like, I'm just.
I mean, the easiest
You
thing I
can
could
interpret this question very broadly if you want, but I understand that that's not necessarily very helpful.
I think the easiest way to be is I'm sitting there like locking the door and I turn around right as like the time loop is closing behind you and I'm, oh, like I see like the last bit of it closing behind you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
oh, hello.
I should probably like actually, like I said, introduce my character at this point. Princess Requiem is like, I'm thinking she has like pretty bright eyes, either silver or blue. She's wearing a simple white dress. She's wearing Heelys, I think, still from last time, and for some reason, something that doesn't stand out is her giant anime princess drill hair.
Love it.
Which is, questionably diegetic. Like it may, or other characters don't really like normally notice it.
Should I describe what my character looks like since you're looking at her?
Yeah, no, go for it. I'd like to know.
Basically, she looks like an extremely plain college student. She has the braid coming down. Sometimes it's out, but it's basically like this jacket, basically with a high collared dark or black shirt underneath it. Her eyes, you can't tell if they're brown or black. And her makeup and everything is very simple. She does wear silver lipstick, which just tend to stand out a little bit because it shines against the like very plain like black jeans and blackish, like green combat boots. She has a messenger bag that she carries over her, which is like it looks like it used to be black, but now it's just super old and it's look more like grayish to it, like it's been sun bleached. And she has glasses. But by the way she looks at them and like looks at you and through stuff, you don't know if she actually needs them or not. It might just be to help her look smarter. You can't tell. But she's your basic like 5'3", 5'4" height. So she just kind of turns around. Oh, hello, traveler, I assume.
Good afternoon, plain looking college student.
Sorry, Morgan. It's nice to meet you. And I reach my hand out.
Yeah, I'll, sort of responding kind. I feel like this is something that Liz has taught her by now.
Unless that's something you don't do in your, wherever you're from. Curtsy.
The South.
Thing. Sorry. Greetings, however you do so, where you're from.
Well, that would be close to here. So greetings. She will extend that.
Can I help you?
Well, if you'll pardon the indiscretion, and she'll probably like take out a photograph, of the person we're looking for.
We might have sent the wrong person to deal with people.
The photos are it's not the same. They're not the same person.
Okay.
We're looking for a different Mara? Or?
I haven't seen this person.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mara. I thought you were comparing the picture to Morgan. Then it is the same person. I'm sorry. That was my misunderstanding.
Yeah, I think it would make sense to just go around like a missing persons thing, right?
My answer stays the same though. Did they do something? I know I have a list of my own that I'm working on. I don't have pictures or anything. I only have descriptions. You haven't seen a person in blue, have you? A blue knight ranger?
Ranger, you say? Yes,
in blue. I don't mean to alarm you, but it's part of my task and project to find them. We don't really have a, how do I put it? They've done some things to lose some trust, and I'm trying to find them so that I can either find a way for them to gain that trust back, or that they can face consequences for the things that they have done. Sorry, I'm being a little undescript. I can't really make a whole lot of NDAs and stuff. I'm sure you understand with agencies.
I do understand. When would this NDA end?
Probably after the incident has been dealt with, one way or the other. It's not necessarily my thing to deal with it. I just need to bring person to other people and allow them to do so, or gain the information that I can on that person so other people can do so.
No, of course, I am not myself any sort of law practicing person, but there tends to be a secondary due date on these, isn't there? Something that would turn it into a cold case, if you will.
Possibly. I would like to start walking away from the bunker or whatnot.
Okay.
Yes, that is what I'm asking about.
If you'd like to come with me, you may. I am on a short schedule. I assume we could actually help each other possibly, so I would enjoy your company.
I see. Will 15 years do?
Will what?
Will 15 years do?
Of company?
No, of time.
Possibly.
Right, I see. Well, I shall take you to a point where you are at liberty to speak, and we shall speak at liberty. That does seem like the most easy way to go about this.
I'm unsure whether time has much to do with the liberties into which I speak, as I've said, unless I am absolutely certain that my quarry has been, for extreme lack of better term, dealt with. I'm not sure time would help. Although, if you'd like to take me 15 years prehence or back, I would be more than happy to do so. This time period is no longer what I am in need of. I've finished what I need here, so.
And what would that be?
I needed to do some research, and I have what I need. But the person into which I'm looking for is no longer here.
If you'll give me a moment.
Of course.
While you
I
take your
see.
moment, I want to cut back to Liz and Isla in the square.
You're evil.
Am I?
I'm like 40% sure right now.
You're not
Yeah.
here, though, so you don't know shit. So.
Yeah, no joke.
Was that not clear from the start?
It was pretty clear. Oh my god.
However,
Don't worry, the town still might not be big enough for the both of us.
Liz and Isla, which one of you is okay getting stunned by hypnotic for a short while?
Sure.
Okay. So
No, I will light turn and take the blow meant for another right now.
okay. This is a heavy turn. To incapacitate someone for someone. And so you get hit, and you are stunned by hypnotic.
Mm-hmm. I'm here to save everyone. That's my goal.
So,
Not every.
Yeah, you are in. Isla's in the same trance as everyone else. So, Liz, what do you do?
Okay, so do I see what caused the trance?
Oh yeah, of course. In the way that all sound does in TV shows, there was a visual component to the music blast that hit Isla.
Okay. I'm gonna turn and look and see what it is. And go, ah, shit. And let's see. I'm gonna take a heavy turn so I can transform.
Okay. You do have a token.
A light turn so I can transform.
Well, so you do start because you got a raise last time. You do have a token.
Oh.
You start with one now. So
Right. In that case, yeah, I'll touch my watch, my Animaniacs watch, yell the 90s, and turn into my usual yellow and black reject from Hackers, big ski goggles, and I am going to react by taking temporary cover while I try to get a better grasp of the situation. So I'm gonna duck behind a tree.
okay, that works.
and peek out and see, what was it called again?
Hypnotic.
Hypnotic. And I will display agile fighting technique by jumping out and basically Naruto running at
I love it.
a car and use that to bounce off and try to launch myself at Hypnotic in like a spear. Like I'm gonna try to tackle him low around the waist and knock him down.
Okay. So would you find yourself? Would you find that happens when you do this? You think you're going to tackle Hypnotic, and then one of the other people that have been in a trance, step into your way, and you tackle them instead.
Oh dang. I'm gonna yell sorry and try and roll to disentangle myself from them.
Yeah, that's easy enough. You can stand up and disentangle yourself.
Okay, and with that done, I don't think I've described my weapon on this show yet. So what I pull out of hammer space basically is a heavy chain with a weight at one end. And how close am I to Hypnotic?
About 5 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap the chain around my right fist, jump up, and swing for Hypnotic's face.
That seems like an effective use of that.
Is there a specific move you're trying to use, or you just?
Oh, I was just generally punching, but
I just wanted.
I guess that would be take action, leaving myself vulnerable.
Okay. So you managed to give a glancing blow to Hypnotic, but it doesn't stagger Hypnotic enough, and you get hit with a hypnotic blast as well, and you get stunned.
Ah, dang.
However, you do notice that the little music player that Hypnotic has is it's just a strap over his neck. That's just something he's holding. There's a strap that goes around his neck, and that strap is weak, like it's breaking, basically. I will say that yours is not as strong as Isla, so you're having trouble moving, but you can call for help.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, just with as much effort as I can, use, I guess it's the watch, it would be, to communicate to Princess Requiem. We're in a lot of trouble. Help.
Okay. Interesting. I was about to do one thing, but
If you want to do the,
Sorry.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
if you
do
want
that
to do
one
something
thing and
before but that's what's happening on their side.
Had you said your name, Princess Wakriam?
I sort of just assumed that you already knew everything about me.
Gotcha. I mean, I do, but that's beside the point. But now in character. Did you say your name was, or did your watch say your name was Princess Requiem?
It did not, in fact. We can discuss this later. For now, I'm deputizing you.
Oh, all right. That actually works out because I was informed that you would be coming to get me to bring you back to your partners, I assume. And then I pull out a notebook from my bag. Isla and Liz, is that who it is? I'm supposed to be going back with you, so. If deputizing allows me to travel and be more representable to you and your party, then that works for me.
Oh.
Shall we be off? They seem to be in dire straits. I would like to see how you and your team coordinate with each other.
Let us table this discussion on behalf. She's like,
yes, let's.
She's getting the little like the little red hashtag. Right then. If you'll. Yes, let's be off. Dump us away, and she'll like goes the hippogriff in, and like sort of. I guess grabs you by the wrist to pull you on.
All right, that works. I do not resist in any form or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you leave to go help Isla and Liz. Here's the weird thing about this. You don't know how Morgan does it, but you leave at the same time. You were pretty sure you were taking Morgan there, but Morgan arrives first unexpectedly.
And I stand there. When you come, oh, you did make it. I'm glad. Thank you. Shall we be off? I assume. Do I hear? Are we literally right in the area where all of this chaos is happening, or?
Yeah, you're in the town square, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. I have my notebook still in my hand and I flip it to another page. I will watch and see how you all do on this one, and then if you need notes, I can give you them. But I assume not. You seem like you are quite capable. And I'll just find like if there's like a little storefront or something with like seating out front, I'll just kind of sit down and take up my notepad and just watch.
Excuse me. What part of deputizing did you not understand?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was more of a formality thing. If you feel that you need assistance and need help, and I just start writing something down on my pad, then I will lend assistance.
We shall table this discussion for later. And I think she triple backflips into combat.
I will follow with some distance behind.
And I think at that point, like whatever your whatever hypnotic attack you're being subjected to will probably be interrupted by something strange is going on with Zoom. Weird.
No, Zoom, stop.
I accidentally minimized it, but not the way I thought. And well, anyhow, yeah, I think just where are you fighting currently?
I think she said town. They said town square.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. In that case, I think she's going to do one of those down A attacks where you just nose diving rapier first into the monster. I suppose that will be take action, leaving yourself vulnerable.
Okay. You manage to damage the strap a little bit more, but one of the people that are in a trance, they attack you. I don't know. They will like give you a hug, trying to hold you in place.
I want to kind of look around to see where the other two are at this point.
Okay.
Just kind of get a lay of the scenario that we have.
So the scenario is Isla is currently incapacitated. You can see them standing among a crowd of people. There's like 20 people. They're all in a trance. You can see Liz in her full night regalia, holding her hammer, also seemingly in a trance. You will now see Princess Requiem with a random civilian wrapped around her, and while this is happening, I'm going to. You've given me a couple heavy turns that I was letting some stuff play out. I'm going to use them now. So the first one is you see a flash of light from across the square. There is the cut to flip over the camera, and a blue Millennium Knight enters the scene, facing off specifically with you, Morgan. And the other heavy turn is that I'm going to use is they're going to remain absolutely calm under pressure.
Okay. My armor doesn't say anything about me necessarily other than the color, right?
Nope.
Okay.
It looks like a normal Millennium Knight.
All right, then I'm going to change into my power armor, which basically looks like this. Kind of like a female shredder, kind of, because that's cool. And you said what was in front of me?
It is a blue Millennium Knight.
Ah, yes. So I'm going to put on my power armor and let's see. What do I want to do? I want to take a light turn to this says hurt someone who believes in you. I don't know if this would consider here. And I basically want to do the where like grab the wrist and put it behind their back and like hold them down to put like pushing up on their arm, like basically holding them so that they're not able to move. And if that hurts, oops.
Okay, so here's the thing. This blue Millennium Knight does not believe in you. This person does not believe in you, so like that's more something like Princess Requiem right now, like kind of believes in you.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm still trying to sort through which turns do what. Then I will do the regular turn of the display superordinary fighting technique.
Okay, yeah, that you can do, and then if you want to do the twist behind the back with that, then you can.
Yeah, basically do that if I can get both of his arms in one hand to like, so I can hold his arms with one and like pushing like to hold the incapacitate him basically for the moment. Just I picture him like down on one knee in front of me, like back up towards me.
Okay. Yeah. In
you
doing
are on my list, and that's just what I say.
In doing so, you bump into somebody, and like dominoes, they all kind of stumble, and they bump into Isla. And Isla, because you're a Millennium Knight, this knocks you out of your trance.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to propose something for that.
I think you're muted, Isla.
You're not muted in Zoom. Could it be that you're on the wrong microphone?
Possibly, because I can't hear you here. Nope, still can't hear you. Is it just me, or can you guys not?
No, it's not just
we
you.
can't hear.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind silencing Millennium Knights and all, but not this way. I gotta give you a fighting chance at least.
Well, we're getting that figured out. What were you gonna say, Princess Requiem?
I was going to say I'd like to give one of the Dazed Millennium Knights the spotlight. Well, the stakes are high.
Okay.
By basically taking their hand and pirouetting them into the thick of things.
Okay. We will. Yeah, we can incorporate that in. I guess. Can you hear us?
Well, that's good.
Have you tried looking at what your current input is on Zoom? Okay.
It was working earlier.
Yeah. At the risk of being that person, have you tried turning it off and on again?
Normally that person's me, so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess while that's getting worked out, why don't we go to an early break then?
Okay.
It's not that too much earlier than normal, but we will do that.
Okay.
Want to tell you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for being patient. Trying to remember exactly where we were.
Fighting things, and I had just taken the Blue Knight, and
Yeah, I think I just
Isla
Oh,
taken
yes,
Liz's,
Isla was just knocked out of trance. And Princess
think
Requiem,
I'm-
you had an idea for giving someone the spotlight, correct?
Yeah, I wanted to to sort of take Liz's hand and like in a sort of waltz maneuver, like spin her into the enemy in order to hopefully give her some initiative again.
Okay.
That snap me out of.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I think she just like she just deftly steps over to where you're standing dazed and says, "May I?" and then like just takes your hand and spins you into the nearest enemy or towards them.
Okay, I want to
Exactly.
come out of
Yes.
it, like be aware of it right as I'm mid spin and be like, ah!
Okay, so Isla
I
and
think she,
Liz
as you
were
go,
both
wow, like Requiem just goes, "Panache, Liz, panache."
All right, yeah, both of you are awake. Liz, the spotlight is currently on you as you are getting spun towards Hypnotic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Liz is me, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I was like, why isn't anyone go? Oh, right. Sorry, it's
But
been
doctor,
a long day.
All right, we'll all slow clap for you. Go for it.
Okay, so that chain is still around the glowing light chain thingy is still around my right fist. So I'm going to whip my arm out and use agile fighting ability, and the weighted end of it is going to spin out toward Hypnotic.
And are you just displaying your fighting technique here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you slash at Hypnotic. You do hit him a couple of times, but he falls back onto his feet. Or, like, onto the balls of his feet and stays upright. Not the balls of his feet, the heel of his feet. And stays upright. Isla, you're out of trance as well. What do you do?
I pretend like I'm still in trance and get as close to the enemy as possible to mitigate anyone jumping in front of the attack before I get there, and then immediately display my supernatural fighting technique to try to rip the clock off of Hypnotic.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, you when you grab it, assuming you punch him or something first, and then you grab
Oh
it.
yeah.
The strap breaks. You now have like
that technique I was practicing earlier. I front flip into a superhero landing, then I uppercut, grabbing the clock with the uppercut motion and rip it away.
Yeah, so now the strap breaks and you have it's a record player. It's like a little music player, a little record player.
Okay.
But you have it dangling by the strap in one hand.
And I throw it on the ground to shatter it.
Okay, yeah, you do that. It breaks and all the civilians wake up out of their trance and they all
Run!
Yes, they all. That's exactly what they do. They all panic and start running. They don't all run in the same direction.
Good.
It's all chaos for a moment. During this chaos, the Blue Knight that Morgan has currently trapped on the ground is going to use a regular turn of their own and yell, "Someone help me! I'm on your side!" You kind of hear it, but it's lost a little bit among the chaos.
I would like to, if you can let me know if I have this item or not. But if I have a symbol of Cyberax, of like a necklace or whatnot, I would like to take it and hold it like, per se, like I'm taking it off of the Blue Knight.
Oh.
So I'm assuming that would be deceive someone under a light turn.
Yes.
And I would like to take it out, make a small show of me, like not show, but like sleight of hand out of my bag, and make a bigger show of, don't believe them, this is why I'm here. And I show it directly, specifically to Miss Golden Knight that I have spoken to before about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I will big show of it, pull it off, show it up.
Okay, interesting.
Very
cool.
interesting.
I assume that's about a turn because that was a light turn. Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I have a question
Yes.
for Nerdy. Would you say that my 800 years of life have made me susceptible to people's lies? Can I tell when someone is playing me?
I'll one up you, actually.
Oh, God.
I will take this devastating emotional blow without flinching,
I'm sorry.
if
What?
I may. May I take this devastating emotional blow without flinching? Or is that too much?
So okay. You want to take a devastating emotional blow, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Oh, a
that this is
devastating blow without
Take a
flinching.
devastating blow without flinching. Does that count emotionally? Do I get to like no sell
can.
this?
It can. How do you intend for that to work here?
Let's see. I do have something prepared, or I do have something in mind.
I've kind of made it a personal goal that Isla is my friend. Just a personal goal for me. Just because you said I couldn't do it, I just really want to do it now.
Okay, so here's the thing, Isla. You first off, you don't have any turns that would specifically necessarily give you that advantage. You do, however, have the ability to cryptically warn your allies.
That's what I was looking at. That's what I was looking at.
The only thing is you have no proof, and
Well, that's why it's cryptic.
Right, you have no proof, and it looks for all the world that Morgan is on your side. But you can, you can cryptically warn.
I'm still gonna be like, I'm still gonna spend a regular turn to cryptically warn my allies, and just after seeing the badge of Cybrax in Morgan's hand, I just like call out, careful, not everything is always as it seems.
Actually, I'm gonna reveal a never before seen power.
Ooh.
It's gonna be a really boring one.
Sometimes those are the most epic, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think yeah, at this point, like I think Princess Requiem will show up on for some reason I imagined that you would be at a rooftop, Morgan.
No, I was just in front of a shop. Remember, because you went up, and then right as I was
Right.
getting ready to join you, they showed up in front of me. So I'm
Right.
basically at the feet in town square.
Still feel like she's going to jump off of a rooftop.
That's fair. They
Do it.
they do random stuff like that all the time.
And then, like,
no one knows how you got there. You just came out.
yeah, like land next to Morgan and see. Oh, that is interesting. That is the symbol of Cybrex, is it not?
Yes, and I have taken it off of the Blue Knight. This is why I'm here. Now that I've apprehended, I may give you the reasons as to why I'm here.
Question.
No, I don't
How could
think...
you have...
I don't think this is specifically the symbol of Psycor, though. Which... I have some bad news for you. You've won. Which is to say... The subsidiary you work for has grown substantially in the future. They're a known household name. I've actually worked for them unwittingly. They have extensive archives of their own triumphs, yours among them.
Are you
It
going
is very impressive the way you tricked this team when I wasn't on it.
Are you what? I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, these events have already taken place when I wasn't there to witness them. I've read your reports. You did very well when I wasn't there to help.
Let's see.
Also, I have a question.
Yes.
How could you have taken that off of them when they're transformed and all of their items would be incorporated underneath their costume?
Fuck it. At this time, I'm going to transform into the danger and make my next. It's like, be like, I have one job, one list, one goal, and none of you are on it. And I'm just going to switch into my mech and hold, if I can, hold the blue suit, Blue Knight under my arm.
It would take a second turn to summon your knight if you transformed this turn.
No, I'm not.
I think you've already transformed, right?
I went into, I'm in my power armor.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So, yeah, no, I did that the minute they came in front of me. I was like, well, okay. And I transformed into it. So I'd like to transform into my big honkin' mech.
Okay, so you can summon it, but because nobody else is in their mech at the moment, I'd say you're not in it, but you can summon it to your location. What is your mech?
I picture it. I picture it very. What?
I just said this is personal. You're making my color look bad.
What? No.
I mean, I don't know. I've been pretty sleek this whole time, okay?
Yeah.
I picture.
Yeah, but you're making my color look bad. Not like bad like you're doing a bad job.
Oh, right, we're in the 90s. We're in the 90s.
It's fair.
No, not like that.
You're so bad.
I picture it being very much like very sleek, like what do they call it?
The iMac?
I'm not sure what that's from.
No, I just mean like the iMac. Like
yeah, you remember
I.
back in like in the early 2000s, the candy colored bubble looking Macs that were out.
It's more of like a sleeker body, like with like the video, like one first person shooter video games, but the top is kind of like how Shredder has his like the big shred, like the claws coming out the side, and then like the bubblegum top that like is open.
Football shoulder pads.
Basically. And so it's very much based off of like a Shredder kind of look, but it has that bubblegum top with like the big like levers and stuff, and levers and buttons inside of it. So I have to like get into it.
Your mech looks like Mysterio?
Kinda.
Like a big dome on top.
Yeah, big dome.
Okay.
Big dome. Which doesn't quite match the sleek exterior of the body, but it's the 90s.
Oh, Mysterio just out of the shower.
There you go. But that's what it looks like.
Very good.
So I pull that, and I would like to do the what is it? It's not a fighting technique though. It says transform when danger presents. No, I did that.
Yeah, you have 2 transform ones on your thing. One
Got it.
is so one is to transform when danger appears, so you can pretend to be a Millennium Knight, and then the other one is if you were in a situation where you weren't transformed and you wanted to reveal yourself as as the danger, you could
Gotcha.
transform as a light turn, revealing, but
Gotcha.
it cost you.
Gotcha. Yeah.
However, blue is going to take a light turn. They're going to ruin something perfectly, and in this case, it is part of your plan. They're going to get out of your grip.
No.
Good.
I didn't even monologue that long.
I didn't even monologue that long either. I demand a retake.
You monologue longer than I did. How do you know you're not the bad guy?
I've let you monologue all day this morning.
You got me
Also fair.
monologuing.
They break out of your grip and they roll off to the
You
side.
stopped me monologuing.
Okay.
They don't go to the to like Princess Requiem and stuff. They roll off to the side. They're, as much as someone can show visible confusion when they're in a suit, they show confusion.
Okay, can I like if they fall out of the sky, can I like by default catch them in a princess carry pose? And dramatically look up at the mech in front of me.
Yeah, sure, why not? You can, but they're going to like struggle away from you afterwards, right? Like, because they're not sure who to trust.
Yeah.
Because everybody after them currently also wears the same armor.
It's fair.
Hey, I'm not currently in armor.
I haven't transformed.
I thought
yet
you.
either.
I thought you all
I
had.
think I'm the only
I'm
one
sorry.
who has.
Yeah.
No,
Wait.
I'm just in
You're
my
saying
power
that they're
armor.
in the same type of armor?
Yeah, the Morgan's armor is Millennium Knight's armor.
Yes.
Like,
Okay, I thought you meant specifically Chrono Mask armor.
oh no. You like
Okay,
Millennium
okay.
in terms of like
I was
Millennium
gonna be
recognizable
like,
as
you stole
Millennium
my
Knights.
costume? No, I'm kidding.
What?
Well, one of us is going to have to change.
Yes. Like I said, this town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Oh, I agree, but I won't be here very long, so either way, it's
Agreed.
fine.
Yeah, my goal
Maybe
right
we
now is
should go to a town big enough for the two of us.
we should
Layla,
and
we've discussed this. Work on your comebacks.
and have tea and scones.
Yes.
Yes.
Tea is actually really great. I love tea.
Yes.
Oh, now I want tea.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
Me tea.
But
All right, everybody. Spill the tea.
well,
All right. So you have a very
Yeah,
concerned Mara.
Yes.
Morgan has revealed herself to be evil. What
Rawr.
is y'all's next move? Who makes the next move?
okay, I'm. I'm going
I
to.
got, or no, they do need it. That wouldn't count. Okay, I can't take that light turn.
I'm
you
going
totally
to
help me if you
fail
want
to react and ignore the important, and miss that Morgan has revealed herself as evil.
Okay.
So I think when we left off, I was fighting the hypnotic.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm going to keep on doing that and completely miss what's going on elsewhere.
Okay.
I love that. That is such a great character.
Yeah, you Hypnotic have lost their gimmick, but they are a pretty decent fighter, so you are trading blows pretty well.
Mhm.
All
Oh.
right. In that case, we should probably finish this thing off before we deal with this situation. So I will turn around and do another front flip into a superhero landing, and then reach my arm up out of camera frame over to the side, pull it back in, and there's a blaster in my hand.
Mhm.
Pew, 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 pew.
Master Blaster! Uh, Master Blaster! Chrono Trigger! And then I shoot 3 shots, one to either side of Hypnotic and one dead center, causing the ground to explode and send him up flying.
Nice.
Now, obviously,
I'm
as
gonna
you
kill
do
you with
this,
the
like
power
3
of
different
friendship
colors
and
of
this
smoke
gun
come
I
out of
found.
this.
Yeah, of course.
Hypnotic flies through the air, lands on the ground, it rolls, gets back up, and says something about not being that easily defeated.
Oh, can I use this occasion to perform brilliantly to an unnecessary magnitude?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I think I will not be so easily defeated, and then just the cameras just shifts slightly to Princess Requiem, who is already standing next to Hypnotic, like holding a small holding this small rope and pulling it to let a full-sized like artillery cannon go off. Like, I know. I've taken precautions. And yeah, just close range Renaissance cannon Hypnotic at point blank.
Nice.
Nice.
And obviously the cannon's gold.
Oh, that's beautiful. So shiny.
It is from the future, so despite looking like it's from like the 1700s, it shoots a laser, or it makes a laser noise.
That's fair.
You know what? I need to transform soon.
No, you don't. You're fine. You don't need that. That's fine.
Morgan, do you do anything to help Hypnotic, or do you just let Hypnotic?
I wanted to let them finish their turns. I would like to display a superior fighting technique actually, and take out my weapon, which, if is possible, could be a whip. And I would like to basically, while you guys turned around to start fighting, I want to again grab the blue knight with my whip, pull them in.
Can I ask you a vital question?
And yes.
Does the whip like deploy from the pen that you've been using to write in your little notebook?
That's a really cool idea that I didn't think of previously. Different pen, but yes.
Yeah, it's just we've all been you've had a pen from the start. We've all been using like rapiers, so I figured
That's
like
fair. That's fair. Yeah, sure.
At some point, you're going to tell us that it's mightier.
Sure. The pen is mightier than the sword.
I have a question. Since I used my blaster last turn, does that mean that I would be in range to possibly take another light turn to take the blow meant for another?
It's not necessarily a blow that I'm doing as much as a like specifically whipping to wrap them around and pull them to me. My goal is to get said person to my tank, to my mech.
So I think
and
I think
I wanna
it
get in
would.
the way of
I
it.
think it would count as a blow.
Okay.
It like.
That's fine.
yes. Like so, instead of Mara, you end up having Isla, and I'm going to use a light turn for Mara, which is fail to react effectively. So Mara tries to help
Mm-hmm.
Isla like get out of this, but fails at it. So I don't know, slashes at it, but doesn't hit your whip right or something, and it doesn't release. So
Okay.
you have the wrong Millennium Knight, but you do have a Millennium Knight.
Okay. It's the wrong one. Great. Fine.
Yeah, that's what you were going for, right?
Obviously. Let's see. Okay. This says allow someone to take a blow you could have prevented. The hypno guy that's over there, part of the blows and whatnot, can I like pull just enough that I like gets in the way of one of those stray blows and then like release from the whip so they just keep possibly going or something of that nature?
I don't think that, because that is more of like letting
already
Hypnotic take the blast counts.
Okay.
Because you could have like used your mech to get in the way of that or something, but pulling Isla into it doesn't count.
Okay.
For that.
That's...
Oh, I do actually have a I do have something I might want to do. If you're hesitant, or
Sure, go for it. Hit me with
just
your best
to,
shot.
give the spotlight to Isla by
you
showing up next to her with the like grabbing the whip and telling Isla like when will you learn you don't have to do this alone? And
Look who's talking.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, at that point, once the whip is pulled free, I look at Morgan, direct eye contact. Chrono Knights, clock in. Iron Age.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I armor up.
Well, we can do this as a group action, right? Like we can join in on this.
I think.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, then I'd like to go Chrono Knights, clock in, Golden Age, and then transform alongside you into like her little
a battle sequence.
future retro naval officer knight.
Nice.
Hey.
With a little half cloak.
Hey, PR, mind if I take this one?
Be my guest.
The shiny.
Go for Baroque.
If it ain't broke,
Excellent.
don't fix it.
I am so bothered
So you
by
pulled
that
me into melee
because
range
Dogsworth
with
says
you.
it, and it means the exact opposite. He means the exact opposite of what he's saying.
Yep.
You
I
pulled me
didn't-
into
I
I
melee.
didn't pull you in yet. I grabbed and I was going to pull you in, and that's when she came in to. She grabbed it so that I couldn't do anything.
Oh, okay. In that
But
case.
you're still in whip range.
Yeah.
But you're not like punching range, so you'd still have to like.
Yeah, I have an idea.
Yeah. You have
I
enough for like a power punch to like dart at me.
Well, what I'm actually gonna do is take the whip in my hand and then go running towards you at the same time as giving a quick yank on the whip to pull you off balance, and then follow that up with a roundhouse kick.
Oh no, my face!
A little bit of extra, you know. And that's just displaying super ordinary fighting technique.
Nice. The only reaction I have is that looks like I have here is taking cover. So I don't think that's something that I can do with this. So I guess I'll take the blow. To my face. My beautiful face.
What's your reaction after this?
Huh? Oh, mine after this?
Yeah, like after you take this roundhouse kick.
I assume I'm on the ground
Yes.
nicely. And they are extremely close to me, as their foot has to be as well. I would like to, while their foot is like in the air, just coming down, take out their other foot so that they are laying with me. And
Good move.
I don't know karate, but I want to do some cool karate looking things to basically flip back so that they are further back so that I can go after Blue Knight still. That is my one goal. So I want to fling them away from me.
I think the karate fling is like the equal and opposite to the judo chop.
Actually, the fling that you're thinking of is actually a judo hip toss.
Sure, that one. I'm gonna do that. Sounds way cooler than karate.
I actually used to do mixed martial arts, so I know the names of like tons of techniques.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah,
I
you
used to do judo for 7 years, but I never did it in English, so I didn't know this term.
I took jujitsu for a couple years. I remember very little.
Yeah, I did Brazilian jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, kickboxing, and wrestling.
I should clarify, those 7 years were like ages 5 to 12, so none of it remains. I am a noodle.
Mine were in my 20s because I was trying to get in shape because I hated the way that I felt about myself. It wasn't until later that I figured out what that actually was.
There you go.
Yeah, mine was trying to recover from a back injury. That did not go well.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you perform this judo toss and you
Go away.
run at
I
Mara.
land in a superhero landing.
Of course, that is what one must do.
I mean, I don't think... Maybe like a back roll toss, but...
You're like a cat. You always land in the superhero pose.
That's what I was practicing.
I feel like this is the landing pose equivalent of like the 1-inch punch. Like,
No, I established that's what I was practicing.
Yep, it works. Sure.
we will need heavy application of action lines in order to make this work.
So
Right,
you run at Mara.
Yeah.
Does it, Liz or Princess Requiem? Do you try to stop her? She's running at Mara. Do you protect Mara?
No, you ignore
I
it.
am
It's fine.
going
Well,
to...
I know as soon as I land, I'm getting up and giving chase.
I'm gonna see what's going on, and
Where are we? Where are we
Say,
fighting right
"Hey!"
now?
me.
Sorry.
In the park.
Yeah,
I
you're
thought
still in the square. Yeah, you're still in the
Okay.
like the.
So like just the big shower Mysterio mech still hasn't really moved.
Correct.
Can I would very much like to do something.
Yeah, I had an idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna, as I'm doing like a spinning thing, I'm gonna see what's going on, and I'm gonna yell, "Hey, what's a creative way we can work this out?"
Oh my god.
I
We're
figure at the
all
very
in this
least it's distracting.
together, and we know.
So good. I love it. I love it. I
Yep.
love it.
I don't get it.
Uh,
I'll just yell out, "You can help me finish my goal and go in peace," as I like I just want to basically tackle Blue Knight.
And since
Oh,
I established that I was following, I am
Yeah.
going to take the blow meant for another.
Can you do that in front of me? Like Blue Knight.
Oh. I mean, I can be pretty fast. I caught up. As soon as you threw me, I landed, jumped back to my feet, and started chasing.
can I reveal another never before seen power?
Dun, dun, dun.
So I'm gonna take the tackle. You're not getting away from me that easy.
Yes, because I just realized I missed a token that you should have. So if you want to do that.
Yeah, I just moved back up to 2. Because I earned 1, then another, then I spent 1, now I'm earning another.
I've been working on getting lots of tokens. I has lots of tokens.
Is it okay if I reveal that power?
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like Princess Requiem, like, doffs her helmet and uses her big, questionably diegetic spiral hair to drill through the dome in the Mysterio mech. And I think a few seconds later, you see like giant mechanical wires, spiral hair, like come out of it and like give the mech, you know, Princess Requiem's like character design little aspect, and she's now piloting it.
Stole your mech. All right. At that point, may I take another quick turn?
And I
Or
feel
would
like
you like to-
whatever you're doing with Morgan, whenever you next need a wall to drive her against, there will be the foot of that mech.
That might not be necessary. Would you like to do something before I go again, Liz?
Sure. So when my yelling didn't work, I
It was real cute though. I listened. I'm your true friend here. I responded to you.
Hey, I resolved things creatively.
Yeah, but without your friend, I listened to you.
I will take action, leaving myself vulnerable by turning away from Hypnotic and running towards everyone else.
All right. And at that point, I am going to display super normal fighting technique by doing something that Morgan tried to do earlier. And since they tackled me, I am going to then use their weight to shift into a full guard position. That means they are held between my legs. And then I get a hold of one of their arms and twist my hips so my leg comes up over their head. And then I flip them down, holding them in an armbar.
So what you're saying is, I teach someone a formidable skill and then thus gaining the token.
No, I think that would be you using a token.
Would it?
Yes, that's a heavy turn.
Oh, never mind. I didn't do that. You didn't learn that from me.
Okay.
I was real excited to teach you something.
That's actually a move I employed back when I was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Nice.
What, teaching someone a formidable skill?
No, the arm bar from full guard. And I am just like cranking on your arm, and you are feeling a lot of pain right now.
Okay. I think at that point, I'm like lots of like grunting and like heavy like ah like that kind of thing. And I just say, I'd like to. I don't know if this would be considered cryptically or not, but I just like to, as you're pulling back, I'm just gonna lock eyes with PR and be like, remember what I said? Don't trust them. The list. And then I faint. Just like out.
Hey.
Taking some blows.
Well, you see, that was probably the smarter idea, because when you're locked in an arm bar like that, if you just struggle and try to get out, you're more likely to break your own arm than actually get out.
Yeah, I like my ligaments. They're quite nice. Very sleek, very slender. Breadwinners sometimes. Ligaments are good.
Yeah, I actually hate my ligaments because I have a connective tissue disorder, and I am in a shitload of pain most of the time.
Same. This is why I am not currently on camera.
Yeah. I've been doing a little bit better since it started getting warmer, so.
Warmer weather does tend to be nicer to muscles.
Yeah. But yeah, where do we go from here?
Hypnotic is going to stand up and enact the last step of a devious plan. Hidden within the broken wreckage of the wrecked player is what amounts to a grenade, and throws it at all of you, because Morgan is locked in an armbar.
At the all of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You have the same playbook as me. Not fair.
Ayo.
And you have another playbook. You have two playbooks.
Yeah, you know.
And I have no idea what's on the second playbook, because you can't choose to have the evil playbook. Like, I can't see the evil playbook.
Oh no. Shame.
So
Still took you out.
there's a burst of light, and everybody gets hit. And there is,
Ow.
there's sparks, and everybody goes flying. Morgan and everyone, you all kind of roll away. Morgan is currently incapacitated, but there is Hypnotic is still there. Clearly worn out from, like, has taken some pretty major blows and has some damage, but is there.
Well, can I
Since the grenade basically landed on top of me when I was on the ground, and Morgan was already passed out for that, I am going to go ahead and spend one of my heavy turns to emerge from the ashes unharmed.
Okay. Yeah, you do that.
do I take any of this, or does this even phase the mech, or?
Oh, I forgot you were in the mech. It does. It doesn't really phase the mech. It's not meant for the mech. But Liz does take some of it, and obviously Morgan and Isla do. But you are unfazed. You just see a big flash of light. It might, you might see some spots for a little bit.
Yeah. I kind of want to do something really stupid.
Okay.
I already have kind of ample points, but I'd like to let a side mission take precedent.
Okay.
And,
What is your side mission that you're letting take precedence?
Well, I mean, I'm obviously kind of intrigued by Morgan.
I am pretty intrigued.
So since we have now, shared some extent of backstory and then like exchange a what Princess Requiem is going to interpret as a mutually, so sort of definitely not one-sided battle of wits.
I mean, I haven't. The only thing I've done to you guys is when you guys have literally stood in front of, like, gotten in my way. Just keep that in mind also, okay? I have not laid a finger on you guys unless y'all put yourself in the way.
So
Hey.
I'd like to just
I have to save everyone.
Yeah, I'd like to just disappear with Morgan and like discuss this elsewhere.
Oh my god, why?
With the drama.
Of course. Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
They're gonna take you down.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna like swoop downward and like just whisk Morgan away for a hate date in wherever.
God.
I love this. Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god, girl.
Somewhere
The incumbent.
appropriately
We
like
are
dramatic.
Definitely gonna need to have a talk.
Do you want to do it in the wormhole, or do you want to do it on a rooftop?
There's no T.
You know, wormhole is very 1v1 Final Destination, but I was thinking like maybe in a nearby garden or something, so we can do that whole like duel amidst the blossoms
Quite
thing.
nice. Quite nice. I appreciate.
And also possibly just have a picnic.
I like the picnic idea. Yes.
Okay.
You.
Quite fancy. Yes.
Okay. So
Oh yes.
I love watching burgeoning romance.
Oh, lovely.
okay, you are in a garden.
I'm setting the mech to autopilot to just toss both of us to the nearest like flower garden.
Okay.
You go do something. Do something.
Just emerge in Princess Carrie pose.
There you go. I'll go ahead and emerge from the ashes myself and kind of like ugh. I don't. Would I be in my armor or in my suit at this point because of being knocked out? Or
I feel like
That's up to you.
if you're okay with this, we'd both be in like our suits but with the helmets off.
yeah, that sounds about. Yeah. So I just ow.
So do we because I was planning to have this be a like we're just away from the battle now and ready to let that be finished. But if you'd like to do this first, that also works.
Oh, that works too. Yeah.
Is
We'll
there
finish the battle and then come back. Or they can finish the battle and come back.
mostly because like the way my playbook frames these is I'm mostly taking these as negative actions because I'm being irresponsible and leaving people behind.
Right.
Is this really irresponsible of you? I don't know. I think making a friend is never irresponsible.
Right?
Okay.
Pretty irresponsible.
You.
Yeah, okay. So then, Liz and Isla, how do you defeat Hypnotic?
Oh, I got this. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Solo mission.
And again, you can do your ultimate move without Princess Requiem. Like, it can just be Liz and Isla.
Yeah, I'm gonna make eye contact with Isla and say, we double team in this?
I get the head, you get the legs.
I'm gonna give a thumbs up.
Alright, I will resummon my blaster, Master Blaster, Chrono Trigger. Ready to go when you are.
Okay, I still have my weighted chain out, so I'm gonna be spinning it over my head and say on the count of 3,
Sure, let's do this.
3, and then I'm gonna whip mine out and aim for the legs.
Good accounting.
And I'm gonna aim for a arcing upward stream of shots. The first one will hit the ground in front of it, second one chest, third one head. My aim got a little bit better with the second volley of shots, but not a lot better.
Okay. And what does Liz do?
I am going to be throwing out my weighted chain, so it wraps around Hypnotic's head, and since it's weighted, it's gonna spin around, do kind of the AT-AT Empire Strikes Back thing.
Nice.
And then I'm going to just whip it as hard as I can, like I'm throwing it over my shoulder, like I'm casting a fishing line, so that it'll yank him off his feet.
So, like, getting yanked off his feet as they're catching shots to the chest and face.
Yes.
And the chain helps the driving force of the blaster shots, so it, like, falls into them. Does that sound cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So there's sparks and everything falling, and Hypnotic says, "Oh no, I failed," and falls forward.
Explodes.
And then there's more sparks and stuff, and so you've defeated Hypnotic. So this time there isn't a booming voice in the sky that says, that enlarges Hypnotic, because Hypnotic is technically not your villain, your monster. Hypnotic
Oh,
Okay.
was already in the timeline. Like, Hypnotic is just a part of the timeline.
All right, cool.
That
That
is-
makes it easy.
that is kind of a shame because I really like the mental image of like whatever picnic or / duel is going to go down, having like a monster battle in the background.
All right.
Well,
I
that
think
would
it's-
that would be cool. There's some story things that have to happen.
No, it makes
so,
perfect sense. Like,
Yeah.
don't let me get in the way of it.
So
I was just gonna summon my mecha and but yeah, it's cool.
So what's gonna happen is we're going to see the rest of this sort of as a flashback, right? We see Hypnotic go down, and then what we're actually going to see as the rest of what Princess Requiem and Morgan do is the fight that Liz and Isla were in with Hypnotic before they finished Hypnotic, just because we're also running out of time. So in the background, just remember that Hypnotic and your teammates are fighting.
Mhm.
What does this scene? How does this scene play out?
I'm kind of like holding my head, and I'm like, was all that really necessary? I told you what I was doing. I had one thing to do. I've not touched any of you. You've seen this. I'm not against you. And I wipe myself off, and I go to stand up. I'll reach in my bag and I'll pull out like a Werther's candy. You want one? I'll pop.
Yeah, I think she like takes it and like starts pouring in the wine glass that is beside you.
Ah, yes, very nice. Thank you.
Hey, whence do you hail?
Let's come again.
Whence do you hail? I'm asking because 3077 is an excellent vintage, and, well, I was hoping you wouldn't have experienced it yet.
Would I have experienced it, nerdy?
Hold on, I don't remember.
No idea where I'm from or old.
I don't remember if we discussed it.
We didn't.
I think we got sidetracked by you being evil, so we didn't discuss exactly when you're from.
Conversations about
sidetracked from you being evil is just such a very tabletop RPG thing to say.
Really is.
I love it.
It really is.
I
I love it so much.
Look,
I think it's up to
evil.
you,
I'm
but
just misunderstood.
it's I think it's up to you, but I would say probably not.
Probably not that old.
I just don't think, like, I think you're not from, like, you haven't been to that timeline or anything. You haven't tried that vintage. Like, you're probably old enough to drink or whatever, but you're not.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not, it will retroactively be grape juice. We'll dump that in later.
Don't worry, you won't get
Or
in
like,
trouble.
please, by all means, have some grape juice.
You're not going to get in trouble. I'm old enough, but just haven't been to that time period yet. I take a drink.
Excellent. Well, since you clearly have a flair for the dramatic and considering your mercenary predilections, I was thinking I might have a proposal.
Good way to put it. I'm listening.
You see, your current employer, and she takes out her future phone, which projects a little digital image, and she pulls up some graphs. Your future employer does not have the best interests of any of us at heart. You seem to be, as I said, of a mercenary predilection. Surely there can be no profit in the apocalypse.
If you, as you see, can change the trajectory of one's time, apocalypse is more of a relative term.
Right. I suppose it is the wrong way. Shall we go with Ragnarok? That one is flexible in its timing.
Tragic.
Either way, you surely wouldn't want it to take place in your own time, and there is also the matter of the better this goes for all of us. Hopefully, the longer my own family will be able to remain in a position where they will be able to provide for you. I am offering you a position as informer.
I see.
Whatever your current employer is offering you, which I can actually see in these graphs if they're still accurate, and we haven't affected the time stream too much, I can not only match it, but I can ensure that you'll be able to spend it. And not be dead because of the machine apocalypse. Excuse me, Ragnarok.
understand where you're coming from, and I see it. It's quite clear. But there are other things in the play here. And what kind of person would I be if I took a job and I didn't follow through on it? You have to understand the honor.
Honor, you say? What kind of job would that be? Perhaps something could be arranged?
What is the Blue Knight to you? Far as I can tell, they have done nothing to help you. I have, as you can see, orders to take them back. I've told you that they're untrustworthy and I cannot trust them, and obviously that we have gained some rapport. So I ask you, what are they to you?
A potential ally, a linchpin in the timeline. Many things, really. Though these matters are flexible. If you were to, say, take this client of yours to wherever she needs to be, meet with your employer, and she were afterwards tragically rescued by someone completely out of left field, well, that would hardly fall into your contract, would it?
I see no fault of my own in there, especially seeing that I have fulfilled my end of the contract. I like where you're going with this.
Right then. How familiar are you with time travel?
Unfortunately, not as much as I'd like to be. Your craft intrigues me.
I'm asking because you are excellent at note-taking, and having someone to archive our actions would allow us to have a much greater insight into our past, future accomplishment, into the current, present, future.
I am good at devising tactical feats and relaying and carrying out messages. I have found that the specialties into which I have do follow under those categories, yes, but I do want to keep in mind that your friends are, as we speak, without help right now, so we are in a bit of a time crunch. So I am listening, and I am willing to further discuss this, but you must understand I am, as of right now, under contract. So if something were to happen afterwards, so be it, to said Blue Knight. If something were to...
Sorry.
If someone were to ask me about it, I do not understand. As the timeline as it was, I was there, I was knocked out, they were all fighting someone, and I have stealthily taken them away while they weren't looking. Works for me? Work for you?
I think we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
I agree.
Now, I think I will be back to my compatriots.
Yes. I'll do
I
my
think we
job.
have,
You all alone?
as you can surely imagine, all the time in the world to discuss your recompense later. And of course, keep in mind that, well, we've talked about contracts and terminations earlier.
Yes.
Your current contract, of course, terminates at the point where, well, you deliver the package, so to speak.
Yes.
I would like at least part of your payment to be after the current contract, or after the contract I am about to offer you. Surely you understand that only after the rescue of Miss Blue, post your current assignment, will you be offered the antidote.
I'm unsure if I'm willing to take that, only because I am not in control of the after. I am not going to be able to help you in the, for lack of caring, saving of. If I were to put myself in that position, then I would be breaching contract. The rescuing would be up to you. I can give
I
you
think you misconstrue my meaning.
possible.
But if you would prefer, then, well, this can certainly be the last time you have a genuine 3077 vintage.
The offer is this. I take my quarry, and I bring them to where they're supposed to go. If a certain note or something were to slip out of my pocket as to where that person is going, oh no, oh darn. But I will not touch any of your companions unless they get in my way, and you do not follow until after I have left. After that, we may never need see each other again, unless you would like to employ me. I will not help you in the retrieval, as I do not wish to be associated with the thing that I have just brought in. It seems oxymoronic to me. If you would like to employ me later as a completely different thing, cool. But that is my offer. If not, then I will do what I must and continue on. No harm, no foul either way.
Look, I was just trying to be subtle. I was trying to imply the wine was poisoned.
Interesting.
You know, insurance and all that. Look, I don't like to be unsubtle. I wanted to do this whole back and forth with you. I just...
Whatever. Like trying to look through all the things that I have. Let's see. Well played. Unfortunately, as you say, this is in my system now, so there are ways I can utilize this for myself. Again, do we have an agreement, or am I to go along my own way, along my own business?
Yes, we have an agreement. You seem somewhat reliable, more so now.
I have a list. Once the things are done on my list, I disappear.
Well, for the moment at least. Right then, shall we period appropriately shake on it?
Is the antidote in your hand?
No, as I've said, you'll get that after we rescue Blue.
My life means nothing anyway. And I'll shake your hand.
And I think, at this point, after the scene, and depending on what will happen next episode, either Princess Requiem will immediately step in from the future to give you the antidote, which will inevitably just turn out to be water, because she's not actually good at this sort of thing and doesn't actually know to poison people.
I would definitely either in my bot or like when I get to, if it plays out the way we have described it playing out, I would definitely check my bloodstream for toxins, because I was kind of calling a bluff to see if that's really what was happening. But
okay, so
yes.
we're getting close to time, and so what happens is Morgan, you are going to circle back, because this is part of the larger story. You circle back, you grab Mara. You have a regular turn in your thing that if you sacrifice a monster,
I don't care about him anyway. It's fine. Life is
you can just leave.
Yeah. Leave a monster vulnerable, leave the scene. Yep.
You can leave. So you.
I'll take the blow meant for another and go with Morgan.
I,
You're so bad.
I'm sorry. I'm going for story-wise. I'm going to veto that. You are currently taking out
You didn't see me.
Hypnotic as this happens. Is what is.
Mhm.
And I want to do.
Unfair.
I want to do one last scene with Morgan, and then we'll do some closing scenes with our Millennium Knights. Morgan, we see you sometime later.
Mhm.
You walk into a chamber. It seems sort of religious-esque, right? This isn't a place we've seen before, but it is part of your story specifically. You walk into this chamber. Sitting in the center is... I don't know exactly how to describe it, but it is very obviously some sort of great evil.
Rar.
And when you walk in, Zardath says to you, "Good. Since you set in motion all of Cybrex's timeline, the seal broke.
Good.
Only 3 more to go, Morgan. You still have work to do, but well done."
I just look at my watch. And on schedule, too.
Back in your timeline in 97, Liz, Princess Requiem, and Isla, how do you decompress after this mission?
Yeah, you'll need to decompress.
I'm gonna go up to Princess Requiem, say, ask if she's okay. What
That's
was
not what
okay.
I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's not what I'm gonna do.
Well, I will be. I've been drawing up plans all evening. This is going to be a highly important operation.
You let them take an innocent.
Excuse me?
You let them take an innocent.
Let me just have a look at your playbook real quick. Because I was not intending to let you know about that.
Well, you left with the enemy, came back, and then the enemy left with that person. You showed up with the enemy, and then they left kidnapping someone. You let them take an innocent.
Again, I'm pretty sure we skipped that. That was not how I imagined things going. You're kind of jumping to that right now.
Well, the fact that the Blue Ranger was taken, and I may be jumping to conclusions, but it's within my right as a character to jump to conclusions.
I mean, I guess, but like...
All I'm saying, I have a lot to say to PR.
You know, I appreciate that, but I feel like playbook-wise, like I would have to spend a token in order to even ask someone their pick of what secret of theirs I know.
That's
Right.
fair.
And I'm gonna say, like, you can jump to that conclusion, but you don't know who took Mara. You were busy taking out Hypnotic,
okay,
right? So
okay,
you
that's
wouldn't
fair.
know, like, because here's the thing: for all you know, Well, everybody else was dealing with somebody else, while Princess Requiem was dealing with Morgan. Well, you were. Finn showed up and grabbed Mara and pieced out. Like, you don't know what happened. There are other players
Okay.
in the game that you did not see this.
Wow.
Finn's always got his hand in everything, so you don't know if he showed up and just snatched
Fair.
Mara.
Fair,
You know.
fair. I can respect that. In that case, I will instead. What
So
do I need? I'm going to take a light turn. What do I need to sacrifice to get you on the same page as us? What do I got to give up to make you stand up for the team?
Right. Well, that is the funny thing. um, I'm going to be informative and say, as far as Princess Requiem is concerned, that is backwards. And you are not the one who would have to give up anything. Is that informative enough?
I mean, that can be your answer. Your answer can be that, Isla doesn't need to sacrifice anything. I need to make that sacrifice for us to get on the same page. That can be your answer. Yeah.
Well, maybe it's about time that you start to try to get on that page, because you've been doing nothing but tearing the team down in every interaction that we have. You are walking around like you're better than us. And I'm sorry, but all of us are Chrono Knights.
I don't
Yeah, I
get
think,
how Princess Requiem's walking around like she's better than us.
Right?
Constantly saying like, oh, I'll take everything.
We're kind of the one who was jumping in front of me earlier there, my girl.
Yeah, because I gotta save everybody.
I'm sure that Princess Requiem's doing what she thinks is right too.
It doesn't feel like it.
Look, can we get back to this after we plan this daring heist?
Yes.
Because I feel like this is going to
Having a sit
be
down.
a mission that will put both of your abilities to the fullest of their potential. It will take everything. It will, well, it would certainly be
Okay.
an excellent test of both of your abilities.
I think we need to plan then. We need to devise some tactics that we can use.
And I think
this.
your, Isla is observant, obviously. So I'm just going to reiterate that. It will be an excellent test of all of your abilities thus far.
Okay.
And then she's like setting up little late 80s, early 90s D&D figurines, and then opening everything too.
That's perfect. Yeah, because I also want to help spend the time devising tactical feats, and I think that while we're talking about it now, the three of us actually really need to get into group chat and discuss how we're gonna handle this.
Yeah, because I feel like I've kind of accidentally at the end of this started doing quite a bit of
evil.
No, stuff I'd like to plan or I'd like to discuss for next episode.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are there any more in-character closing remarks? Closing scenes or anything?
Good.
Anybody? I don't want to.
Is there a way because I assumed that I dropped my whip during that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get someone else who can time travel, like after the whole thing is over, bring me back. It's just a picture of me walking through the time portal thing, picking up my whip, clicking it closed, putting it in my backpack, and then just leaving back through the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
I want my baby back.
Yeah.
Just have like a pouch pen protector of just a bunch of different weapons. It's just pens and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to play my character to the tenets of this character so hard today.
That was fun, guys.
So fun.
All right. We're gonna do our sign outs real quick. We can talk some more off stream, but
So
starting with, we'll go backwards. Starting with Liz, who are you and where can we find you on the internet?
Hello, I have been Liz tonight. I am Lauren. You can find everywhere I'm at professionally, including audiobooks, voice acting, and writing, on my website, lwsalinas.com. You can find me on Twitter at Sithwitch. And on Thursday, you can find me live streaming Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., a Marvel Comics Universe podcast. And we are currently talking season 2 of X-Men the Animated Series, and we will be talking Moon Knight episode by episode when it starts airing next month.
Okay. And Elsa? Or Isla?
hey, again, I'm Crimson Galaxy over at Crimson Galaxy RPG on Twitch. That's with underscores connecting it, and sin_gal, like the last 3 letters of my first 3 letters of my last name, on Twitter. And basically, I'm doing this, and I am streaming right now. Right now, I am going through Disco Elysium primarily, along with Shin Megami Tensei 5. So if you want to catch me playing those, you can catch me on Saturdays, Wednesdays, and Tuesdays.
All right. And Princess Requiem?
Yeah, I played Princess Requiem. I'm at Regulan Bear on Twitter. I'm increasingly gone with Iris these days. I don't have that big of an online presence. I do voice acting, and I tend to stream on Sundays. I'm currently going through Bastion, the old Super Giant game.
Great game. And by the way, I just want to say real quick that I love your character choices. Isla does not, but I do.
Yeah, no, I also want to say, like, you very much got into a discussion that our characters should have. It's just that it was a little bit early.
Yeah.
Or was it?
I just want, like, I didn't expect us to actually be able to have the conversation right now. I was just trying to up the drama before the end of the episode.
So much drama.
Okay. And Morgan.
Hi, my name is Maxine Bachman, and you can find me anywhere and everywhere at That Girl at That Place. That's me. Except for Instagram, where I am Lady Skyburn, and also under That Girl's art page, where if you'd like to commission me for art, I would be very grateful for that. Also, if you go to the Guiding Light channel on Twitch, keep up with them because I will be starting in the show called The Inspectors. I'm really excited about that. If you like Sherlock Holmes meets dark fantasy mystery stuff, then check that out. Also, Vampire the Masquerade. If you like that game, we'll be doing Vampire the Masquerade World Tour by Night on the Bard's Playhouse, and we're extremely excited. This is a project we've been working on for a while now, and we've got some really cool people as our main team, and we've got some cool ideas for guests to come in, so check that out. We have our I forget what they're called, but the prerequisite games up on YouTube right now under the Bard's Playhouse. So if you want to see the introduction of our characters, go check those out. The Graveyard Tapes, I do voice acting for them. So you can check those out on Spotify, iTunes, anything. Just look for the Graveyard Tapes. You can find me there. And if you check out my Discord or my Twitter, then you'll be able to see all the other cool things that I do. So, yay.
All right, and I am Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy and in the Nerd Dice Discord, of course. And I'm not doing a whole lot right now that Rifts is done, but you can.
I didn't team up at all this Tuesday. It's fine.
But you can catch me here Friday nights and on Mondays. I think we're switching to every other week, but I will be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Over on the Bark Knox channel. There are some projects in the works, so keep your eyes out for that. I have some stuff that I have written. You can check that out through the link that is in the chat. It's also you can also find it via Twitter. And tonight we are going to raid Artemis Harp. Artemis was here last week as our guest, so enjoy and have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.